Today's video is about our environment, class 10. So what is the environment? Environment refers to the surrounding where an organism lives, it stays. Because when an organism is living, it has to, if it lives in land or if it is an aquatic creature, it has to live in water, it needs air, biotic and biotic factor. So our environment, it consists of the main components are there. So biotic components and abiotic components. So what are biotic components? All plants and animals. Bio means living. So plants and animals are known as biotic components. So what are the abiotic components? Air, water, sunlight, soil. These are the four main abiotic components. So we utilize air, which is in the atmosphere, water, that is the hydrosphere, sunlight, and sunlight is the main source for everything. For the living creatures to live, sunlight is essential. The temperature is very important. The next is the soil, that is the lithosphere. Biotic components, if you take, in that we'll see about the plants. So all plants are known as producers. Why? Because they are capable of preparing their own food. So they produce. So since they prepare their own food, they are also known as autotrophs. Now what about animals? So classification based on mode of nutrition. So how are these animals are consumers? So including human beings, we depend on plants or other animals for food. So how they are classified? They are classified into four types. First one is herbivores, carnivores, omnivores and parasites. So what are herbivores? Herbivores are animals. Like you can say, as all plant eating animals are called as herbivores. Example, cow, goat, deer. And like this carnivores, all flesh eating, that is which feed on other organism, flesh of other animals, are called as carnivores. The tiger, lion, fox. And next one is omnivore. Organism which eats both plant and other animals, that is flesh, are called as omnivore. For example, human beings, crow, then a cat, all these are dog, all these are examples of omnivores. The next one is parasites, an organism which lives on or inside another living organism. So where it lives, that organism, that organism is called as a host, and obtain food from the organism host, and we called as parasites. For example, mosquito, leech, intestinal worms. So this is the definition for environment. Already I have said this one. Next we'll go for ecosystem. What is an ecosystem? It consists of both biotic and abiotic factors interacting with one another in a given area. For example, pond ecosystem, sea, grassland, all these are different types of ecosystem are there. So in pond, that water, many aquatic creatures are there. They live, they depend on this. Next, saprophytes. Saprophytes, these are organisms which feed on dead and decaying matter of plants and animals. Example, fungi, bacteria, that is mushroom, mold which grows on, especially mushroom which grows on dead decaying matter of these plants, and mold and yeast, all these are examples for saprophytes. Decomposers, these are organisms which break down organic matter or waste material and release nutrient into the soil. All saprophytes are decomposers. But here in decomposers, which examples are bacteria, worms and snails, they release the nutrient in the soil. Whereas saprophytes, they depend on this, and that is the mode of nutrition for them. Now what is biosphere? Hydrosphere, that is water, atmosphere, air, and the lithosphere, that is the soil of the earth together constitute the biosphere. What is food chain? It is a kind of nutritional relationship where the food energy is getting transferred from one trophic level to another is called as food chain. So first one is plant is eaten by rabbit, and that rabbit is eaten by wolf. The second example is grass is eaten by grasshopper, and the grasshopper is eaten by frog. Frog is eaten by snake, and the snake is being eaten by eagle. So what is a food web? A food web is a natural link or network of many food chain. When many food chain are interconnected, you called as a food web. What are trophic levels? The representation of different levels or the steps of feeding in an ecosystem are described as trophic level. So plant is eaten by rabbit. So the energy from the plant moves to rabbit. So this is the first trophic level. This is the first step. Then the rabbit is eaten by the fox. So that is the second trophic level. So here we should know that the energy flow in a food chain is always unidirectional. So energy from plant, it moves to rabbit, it moves to fox. It never comes in the reverse way. So that you called as unidirectional, in one way. So energy moves from the plants to the fox, through rabbit and through the fox. This you call as unidirectional. This is an example for food chain. Grass. This is grass. The grass is eaten by grasshopper. Then that grasshopper is picked by a bird. It is eaten by a bird. The bird is eaten by a snake. And the snake is eaten by an owl. And finally, when the owl dies, it goes to, that is, it falls to the soil, and there a mushroom grows. That is a decomposer. The first stage is a producer. Grass is a producer, and this is a primary consumer. The first one, grasshopper, is a primary consumer. The bird is a secondary consumer, and snake is a tertiary consumer. And this one, owl, is a apex predator, the highest one. And finally, it is a mushroom is a decomposer. So it shows from sunlight, the producers, the energy go to the producers, that's the plants. Then it goes to the herbivores. Then it moves to the carnivore and top carnivore. So this diagram shows the flow of energy flow in an ecosystem. This is our food web. So many food chains have been interconnected. So this for certain important topics regarding ozone and the flow of energy and biomagnification, you can view the other videos under science important questions part 2. So you have all the details in that video. If you find this video informative and useful, kindly like and subscribe my channel.